super embarrassing story for you. I cannot believe I'm telling you this. Let's call it the first time chicken butchering disaster, because that's what it was, a disaster. And many folks who can remember their first time butchering share the same sentiment. It stinks, literally and literally. And yes, it stinks literally and physically. No, figuratively. Allow me to jump to the pit of my despair on that very first day of butchering. We have a sample. Imagine all the feathers are off. Here we are. I'm gonna gut it now. And I'm gonna reach through the front 2 bones. I hear some of you laughing. Wait, don't. Okay, you can laugh at me. Sure, laugh at me. Others are saying, so what? Well, so what? I'm at the complete opposite end of where you're supposed to reach through and grab the guts out. This end is narrow. I'm thinking, are my chickens that skinny? And yes, they were that skinny, but that's a whole nother story, whole nother problem. Back to the chicken. I was doubtful of myself. It was super stressed out. I'm going through the wrong end. It's hot. The scalder isn't working. The scalder is what heats up the chicken to help you pluck. I can't even remember all the disasters. I think my mind blocked out all those memories to save myself some pity. Listen, I even did all the right stuff. I watched Joel Salatin process a chicken like a whirlwind.
Cut down, underneath the vent.
I watched this lady do the most peaceful chicken butchering I've ever seen. I even went to a local farmer and had him show me how. Problem was, when we showed up, he forgot. And he just grabbed some random chicken. No lie, he put some water on a hot plate, like one of those things you take car camping and plug in, and he heated up some water on that, put in some cold water, warmed it up to a certain temperature, scalded that bird. I couldn't pay no attention. I was just thinking the whole time, I can't believe he's using a hot plate. That was mad skill, but it wasn't the skill I was looking for that day. The rest of the day ended up being a blur, because the crazy story he told me how they had a volunteer come out and you're cutting into the chicken's neck, and sometimes holy chicken squat comes out, and that happened, and the volunteer looked up kind of like, and it went, I don't need to end that story. That's all. Those are the 2 things I remember from that experience. Granted, my free lesson was worth it in experience. It just wasn't the processing experience I was looking for. Anyway, I ended up processing like 3 chickens that day. Three trays. The good news is I went from there, learned the hard way, eventually got it, and got it down real good. Now let's go to the other end of the spectrum. Dare I say, peaceable first time experience. Let's take my friend Jason from Sow the Land as an example. Jason, Sow the Land. He and his wife wanted to learn the art of chicken butchery, and instead of just learning some from random videos on the internet, they went to take a workshop out at Primal Pastures Super Pros in Southern California.
So then you want to dip it, and you want to move it back and forth. You want to aim around and keep the feathers on the side down just as much as you do. You kind of brace one hand here and just pull down, pull the head off. So now you have your neck, your head, your feet. All 3 of those are unbelievable for chicken stock.
Then the craziest thing happened, or the not so craziest thing happened, is a few years later they went to butcher their own chickens. And it was peaceful and successful. So let me be your primal pasture, so to speak. Let me be that pro that walks you through it. Ooh, better yet, let me be that uncle you wished you had that has been growing food for a long time and has a lot of these experience and can share it with you. I've literally taught thousands of people how to butcher their own chickens in a quick, humane way. Now I'm making it possible to teach even more folks through a hands-on workshop, and for those people that cannot make the hands-on workshop, an online masterclass. I'm going to take it a step further and offer some bonuses beyond the masterclass, like my movie, my course, Permaculture Chickens, everything you need to know for raising chickens. But here are some of the things we're going to talk about in the masterclass. 3-part. 1, getting prepared, how to sharpen your knife, the various equipment choices from $0, from a pot, a knife, and a fire, to that'd be the minimalist to the maximus approach with the plucker and the scalder and the blah 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 blah. The second part is the process. How do you humanely kill? How do you adequately pluck all the feathers so it looks like a showcase bird. Something that's as nice looking as in the grocery store. Quickly and easily get out the insides. And then finally how to preserve that bird so you can save it. Then we're gonna talk about cleanup. What do we do with the feathers? There's really good use for it. Blood. That blood has saved me. It has saved my garden. It's so full of nitrogen. How to mix it with a certain amount of water and apply it to the garden for wonderful results. And how to save some of the innard wastes for animal feeding products, for your cats, for your dogs, for your pigs. So here's what I'm offering. On-site workshop, work right alongside me, process as many or as little birds as you want, learn each step of the process as much or as little as you want, work alongside my entire family, plus Art and Bree, plus Wax Acres. Then you're welcome to go on an extensive question and answer farm tour. I'll show you all the elements of my farm. Most of you guys are gonna be interested in an online masterclass. In the masterclass, we cover those 3 parts of the processing. You'll also go along on the extensive farm tour question and answer. I'll be taking the camera, I'll have somebody film that, and you'll get to be a part of that and see that. I'm also offering the online version, various levels of permaculture chickens. So guys, do check it out. We're trying our hand at this, becoming guys, do check it out. We're trying our hand at becoming expanding our learning center. We're already a learning center through our videos, but what if we could do on-site shops, and then what if we could record those on-site shops and make that available to the masses? So do check it out. This is only going to be available for a very limited time. We won't be doing it again until like late September, early October, and it won't be this exact one. So this is a one-of-a-kind thing. Check it out. Jonah, how long did it take you to butcher your very first chicken with my help?
20 minutes.
That's pretty good, buddy. How old are you?
10.
Okay, I did something right.